Here's my quick take on the ruler of the seventh house when it comes to marriage and the things that I am very excited to see in a birth chart when they do pop up. One of the things I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for the ruler of the seventh house, and I want to see how well placed the ruler is. And by that I mean, is it in a good house or an angular house? Is it in a good sign? And one very important thing is I feel like there's bonus points when it is exalted. Now, that's not to say that if the ruler of the seventh is not exalted, that you're not going to have a happy marriage. But I do see it as a really big bonus if the ruler of the seventh house is in exaltation, and even more if it's in its house of joy. So let's say, for example, it is Taurus or Libra. I'm going to look to see where Venus is placed. And when it's exalted, that means that it will be in the sign of Pisces. If that Venus is in the sign of Pisces, bonus if it is a night chart, and if it's in the fifth house, like please, if somebody has that, please let me know. I want to know how that has gone for you. If you are in a relationship, please comment that because that's something crazy. So if it is Jupiter in the sign of Cancer and in the 11th house, like please, who has that and who's married and has that? Because I definitely would like to like get an insight on that. But that's not the only thing. That's not to say that everything's going to be easy breezy, but that could be an area of life where you don't see that much friction or that much of a problem. But again, that also depends on aspects. So you always want to see what is aspecting that planet as well, because that can also flavor things in. You always want to look at aspects, what house it is in, and what sign. Another thing I think that would be really good to see is if that planet is in its own sign. Even if it's Saturn, if Saturn is in, let's say it's a Capricorn seventh, if Saturn is in Capricorn or if it is in the sign of Aquarius, then that's still something that I'd like to see because it's in its own home sign. And it's important also to know if you are dealing with a nighttime chart and a daytime chart when it comes to either Saturn, Mars, Venus, or Jupiter. If your ruler is one of those planets, then it's really important to see if you have a nighttime chart this way or a daytime chart, meaning that the sun is above the middle line there, the horizon. That is a daytime chart. If it is below, then it is a nighttime chart. Now, that's not to say that the marriage isn't going to work out or be good if you don't have it in exaltation or in its own home sign, because I don't even have that. I don't have it in its own home sign or exaltation, but it's not in detriment or fault either. So that's just my quick little take on some things I like to look for and I get really excited to see in a birth chart. And comment and let me know if you have any of these placements and how that has manifested for you.